All right, it's the rookie car hauler up here at Carvana Besma. Up here just trying to get loaded. I mean, well, yeah, get loaded, get unloaded and loaded. I gotta get unloaded first. That's the office over there, guard shack. So, yeah, so like I was saying before, these loads pay really good. Well, I'm gonna say that they pay well. Okay, here's the truth from what I'm understanding, what I was told by another driver, owner operator. He said that what I was told, that even though Carvana is paying us decent money for these loads, I mean, they're paying. What it is apparently United Road. I might be giving out too much information. I don't know. I don't want to get in trouble. Okay, I'll put it this way. The broker, I'm gonna just say the broker. We're not getting these loads directly from Carvana, okay? We getting them from a third party. We getting them from someone else, and we are the third party. So that's why they call them third party carriers, because we the third party. I don't know how that just happened. Yeah, we the third party. We getting them from a second part. We getting them from the middleman. It's the middleman involved in this, okay? So Carvana. So like I said, you know, we getting $1,600 a day per load, but the load really pay $3,000 a day. Probably. That's my guesstimation, and that's what I was told by another owner operator that I saw in one of the Carvana yards. He said he did some loads directly from Carvana before, and they don't actually pay $1,600 a day. They actually pay $3,000 a day. That's round trip. The one ways pay 16, 15, 16, 17, just for one way, depending on where you're going, obviously. Depending on where you're going, they might add $100 or, you know, a couple $100, depending on, based on where you're going. But, so in other words, you know what I'm saying, you know, we really getting the bitter end of this. Well, I get, even though they pay good, these loads pay good, they really pay more. They pay more, you know what I'm saying? So really, I'm doing a round trip. I do a round trip every day. And for that round trip, the truck gets $1,600 for that round trip. So it's almost like $800 one way, $800 the other way. I don't know, I guess you could look at it that way. But really and truly, the truck is really getting, you know, about $3,000 for a round trip. But the broker, the middleman, is taking a cut off the top, and that's the person that we get the load from. They're taking money off the top for basically for brokering, you know, for giving us the load. You know what I'm saying? Because they the ones got the load. They really got the load. They just third party in it out to us. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, that's like my guy who made one of my buddies who supposed to be giving me an interview. He did $1 million 1 year with Carvana. $1 million is like 1.2 million. With Carvana, you know, running Carvana loads as a third party carrier. But really, if he did $1 million, he really did $2 million that year. That year he probably did $2.5 million. Because his truck was getting, you know, obviously the broker was taking theirs off the top, and they take about half of what the load pay. So these loads paying 16, we getting 16, they really pay about 3,000 per load. You know what I'm saying? So Carvana got a lot of money, even though they got a lot of debt, but they got a lot of money to do what needs to be done. So anyway, the point of this video was just to highlight the daily rate, basically, which is $1,600 for a third party. So, but of course, if you get the load directly from Carvana, then you'll be getting double that. That's basically it in a nutshell. So of course, I know all this stuff sounds great, but you know, remember, you know, it's all pay. It's no, you know, you don't get any health benefits and all stuff. I mean, with that kind of money, you can pay for your own benefits. You're making $2 million a year. You can pay for your own health insurance. You know what I'm saying? You probably get some real good health insurance too for that kind of money. So, anyway, like I said, I probably discuss the numbers a little bit more often now because I know people want to hear about the numbers. At one point, I stayed away from talking about numbers intentionally because I don't know. I just felt like, you know, that people, they chase the money and then they get out here and realize it be a lot more than they bargained for. You know what I'm saying? So I get off of these loads, I make about $485 a day off of each load. And that's a full day's work though. You know what I'm saying? Take me easily taking 14 hours. You know what I'm saying? With travel time and then unload and load and all that stuff, traffic and all that stuff. And I push my 14 all the way to the limit. You know, but you know, like I said, it's still almost $500 a day for the driver, which is me, which is it comes out to 30%. I get 30% of what the load, whatever the load pay, and that doesn't matter what the load pay. If we get those loads straight from Carvana and we get the whole $3 grand per load round trip, I'll get 30% of that. So I walk away with probably out of $3 grand, I'll probably walk away with $1,000 a day. I'll be making $1,000 a day as a company driver. You know what I'm saying? That's $365,000 a year. You know, so if you want to make big money car hauling, you want to get with Carvana to the best. You want to try your best to get with Carvana some kind of way, some kind of how whatever you need to do to get with Carvana. That's what you want to do because they got the money to pay for the loads, and they're not afraid to pay for the load. They're not stingy. They will pay for the loads. You know what I'm saying? So I guess that's what this video is about, how to make $1 million a year in car hauling. You could do it with Carvana, but you have to run teams. If you run teams with Carvana, you could do $1 million a year with Carvana. All right, and we could break the numbers down. This is no cap. I'm not capping or lying or just trying to add nothing to. I'm telling you the truth. There's real stuff here. You know what I'm saying? You can do. It ain't gonna be easy. If you do $1 million with Carvana, trust and believe, you might as well kiss your family goodbye for a whole year. Tell your family, you know, you're gonna be on the road, and then you gotta hire. You gotta have at least definitely one other person because you gotta run teams. Number one, and then you probably have to have a third person with you in the truck too to help you load the cars up and unload the cars and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's how. Guys that have done that kind of those kind of numbers, that's how they do it. They'll have like 3 people in the truck with them all together. You had a main person, and then you have another driver to help you drive, so y'all can take turns driving. Then you have another person to help you load, and everybody kind of work together and coordinate it or whatever. And you can pull $1 million off a year with Carvana. You know what I'm saying? And of course, you're not gonna go home with all that. You're gonna burn a lot of that in fuel, you know, and other living expenses, hotels and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, you should be able to walk. You probably can, if you manage your money properly, you could probably walk away with, you know, 2.5 or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Walk away with $250,000 at the end of the year. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. You should be able to go home with that in your pocket. So anyway, it's the Rookie Car Hauler just signing on. I'm at Carvana Yard, as you can see. This is where the big bucks is at for those of y'all that want to get into car hauling and make some real money. Some good money. The problem with it is consistency. You know what I'm saying? You got to get in, you got to bust your behind and show them that you're not scared to, you know, hustle. And then once they trust you and know that you will get the job done, then they'll keep calling. They might keep calling you. It's a possibility they'll keep calling you. Especially if you're one of those guys that don't want to go home. They pay attention to that because you're making somebody else look good. You got to remember, these are third-party loads. So if you out here and you acting like you working like you don't want to go home, and you got two or three people in the truck with you, y'all got a sleeper, and you want to have a new truck, no used truck. You want to have a brand new truck. We don't have a brand new truck, but you want to have a brand new truck. That way you don't have to worry about, you can minimize the breakdowns, and you can just get out here and run, kiss your family goodbye if you have one for a whole year. And you know, if it's worth it to you, if you want to do that, you can walk away. Like I said, you can make the good money doing that, and it's going to be a lot of work involved. But you know, if you got a plan, you know, you can do something like that and then do something good with the money, invest the money, or buy you a brand new truck with the money, or whatever, however you want to do it. So anyways, the Ricky Car Hauler signing off. Hopefully somebody can benefit from this video. I know people are probably gonna have a lot of questions and want to know this and want to know that. I don't have all the details, but I can get as many details as I possibly can. I can show check stubs, I can show settlement statements, not from me, but from the guys that I know that was running Carvana hard like that. They was getting like, they was doing like $30,000 settlements a week and stuff like that. You know, 50,000 every 2 weeks, $50,000 settlements. It was ridiculous. I saw the settlements with my own eyes, so I know it's real. You know what I'm saying? Guys are doing, you know, 24,000 a week. You know, settlements, 24,000 every I don't know if it's 2 weeks or every week. I think it was like, every 2 weeks, 24,000, 25,000. You know, $50,000 months is normal with these Carvana loads when you're running teams. You know, they cutting checks for 50 grand a month. It's normal. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I'll get back at y'all. It's the Ricky Car Hauler. Tap in. If you like the video, you know, hit the like button, subscribe, and all that good stuff. I never really asked for subscriptions and stuff like that, but apparently I have to start doing that because with YouTube, if you don't do that, then the algorithm doesn't, the algorithm wants to see subscriptions and all that stuff. So I'm trying to, you know, be able to monetize on a video eventually at some point. I got like 298 subscribers. So I'm gonna try to push as much content as I can, and I'm gonna start asking people to you know, hit the subscribe button so you can get notifications for new videos, and then also hit the like button if you like the content. All right, take it easy.